Families can anticipate higher back-to-school costs this year. In fact, according to the National Retail Federation, most parents will spend right around $700 on just supplies alone. Now, you have to consider that's a 14% jump from last year. But back-to-school shopping this weekend will be less taxing on New Mexico families because the state's gross receipts tax holiday is underway. And here to tell us all about the tax holiday is the Taxation and Revenue Department's Cabinet Secretary, Demesia Padilla. Good morning, Demesia.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Good news when it comes to taxes. We don't get to say that a lot, so I'm happy to say it today. Explain what the tax holiday is exactly.
So basically what happens if you go shopping this weekend and buy school clothes, computers, books, pencils, calculators, you'll be able to buy all those things tax-free, which is a 7% savings.
It's a huge savings when you consider, especially for the bigger families who have so much money to spend, and for families who are getting their kids ready to get back to school, which I can't believe is already around the corner. I mean, this is a huge incentive. So I know you kind of just went through some of them. Tell us a little more about the exact qualifying items that we can expect.
So in terms of school supplies, you can spend up to $30 per item.
Okay.
That's not total, that's per item, $30, and that's really an increase over last year.
Okay.
It was $15, it's up to $30. So there are higher limits this year.
Good.
The computers are $1,000.
Whoa.
And we did some clarification on some language for the electronic notepads.
Okay.
And the one thing I'd like to make very clear there is they have to be computing notepads. So if they're only read-only notepads, those aren't going to qualify.
Like a Kindle would not qualify.
Those will not qualify. We are going to try to make some changes in the statutes so that those will qualify. As you know, a lot of college students can buy e-books, and that would be a cost savings. And we're hoping to put that in place for next year.
Yeah, especially when you consider the cost of textbooks in college. That's one of the biggest expenses as a student. So, okay, so if somebody buys a computer $1,000 or less, as long as it's a computer, they're good to go on the tax break. Now, can you measure how much New Mexicans basically save at the register over the weekend? Is there a stat?
So if as you stated earlier, there's $700 on the average per family, that'd be $49.
Yeah, that's pretty significant.
That's pretty significant. That's a tank of gas.
It sure is. It sure is for most of us now. And the tax holiday is really a boost for the retailers as well, which is, you know, a nice thing to consider as well. So how much are sales expected to increase basically statewide over this weekend?
So average sales, retail sales for a weekend are around $50 million.
Wow.
We can expect them to jump up between $60 to $70 million. So that's a significant jump. So the retailers also benefit from this.
They sure do. So yeah, it'll get busier. I would imagine you want to get to those stores and anticipate probably a little bit of a longer line at the register. Now, the tax holiday actually began at midnight, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so how long does it take us through?
It'll end on midnight on Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So for those stores that are open 24 hours, that might be the perfect time.
Yeah, go late night. Go late night. That's a great thing. Or maybe even today, it's probably a good time while a lot of people are still at work. Good afternoon to go. This is great. Now, I know people are going to want the exact list of what is taxable and what isn't. Is there a place that the viewers can actually go to find that out?
They can actually go on to our New Mexico Tax and Rev website.
Okay.
And that is www.tax.state.nm.us.
Okay, great.
Oh, there it is.
Perfect. It's on the screen, so that's easy for people to know. So I'm happy to hear this, and I think it's wonderful, like I said, especially for those families. You know, when you have a few kids, that extra $49 a kid, that saves a lot of money, and it really is a worthwhile thing. And maybe you might not think you need something right now, but you're thinking ahead. Oh, next month I'll need this, or, you know, things like that.
Well, it's not only school supplies. Remember, it's also clothing.
That's right. That's a biggie.
Yes, clothing and tennis shoes and regular shoes. And the limit on that is $100 per item.
Per item?
Per item.
So you can buy a $100 pair of jeans and get the tax break.
You can buy $100.
Now, do you have to prove you're a student, or could somebody like myself go shopping and get the tax break?
You look like a student to me.
I am. I'm a student of life every day. Right? So that would work.
Everybody.
Okay. Good to know, because I know we want to take care of those kids, but hey, the adults could use a break too, couldn't they?
We all can.
Thank you so much, Demesia. Great information. Like I said, it's nice to hear some good news when it comes to spending money. And coming up next on New Mexico Style, pet-friendly places to beat the heat during the dog days of summer. It's hot.